Hao! It's another lovely day, and I am doing another video. Now, I've got some interesting facts about this video. I've been told that the singer actually passed away from pneumothorax, and I did some research to just learn a little bit about it, and I was curious of the way that it would impact his ability to sing. And I'm going to see in a minute. We're going to play the video, but I am okay. Get the words. So apparently pneumothorax is when you get air in between your into the space between your lung and your chest wall, and so it causes the lung to collapse. And my friend, the lovely woman, the subtitler, the one who helps with this channel, who I could not do this without, she was asking about, the parallels between that and singing and what might have impacted this guy. And at first I'm like, okay, well, that must have been utterly painful for him to have a collapsed lung and then still be trying to sing. Just the idea of that that sounds like, the most beautiful thing, which is singing, but then mixed with something that is actually causing you a severe amount of pain and contributing to you no longer, being here on this earth. That's not a good combination. So I feel really, really horrible for him that he had to experience this. And that's how I feel about that. But as far as the question of what it would be like for him to sing, I feel like, it's almost like when you're walking, like if you break your toe and you're walking, would you still be able to walk? Yeah. If you break your big toe, because we know that the big toe gives balance. It helps you balance when you're walking. So is it impossible to walk if you break your big toe? No, you can totally walk with your big toe being broken. You just would have to readjust and put more weights on different parts of your foot as you're walking, but you would still be able to walk. I kind of feel like it would be similar to that. Again, I am not a medical professional and I've never had anything going wrong with my lungs. So I'm not speaking emphatically. Please do not go to war with me. But from what I do understand about the body, about the anatomy and how the diaphragm works, I do think that he may have been able to sing without being in severe pain, just with him being able to utilize his diaphragm. While I could be completely wrong, theoretically, that seems to make sense to me. So without further ado, we are going to dive into this video here today. If I can find it, please hold. Okay, let's get into it. Ooh, and I've got lyrics today.
我写的这首歌是一首简单的，不复杂也不难唱的那一种歌，真不是那种只剩下了钢琴的歌，也不是那种不能只是朋友的歌。
Okay, so I'm going to pause right there. So this is a multi-sensory experience for me because I'm reading the words and the lyrics, and I'm listening to his vocal style and his technique and everything, taking in the meaning of the song. You guys. So be patient with me if it takes me a little longer to talk, because now it's about more than just the way he sounds. By the way, the way that he sounds. So when he first started singing, I was like, ooh, okay. He's giving me like, nice R&B feels. And I just had this feeling like, ooh, this is about to be a good one. However, I do feel like he's kind of choppy, a little bit choppier than I personally prefer. And I'm looking at the lyrics and listening to what he's talking about. And I feel like the subject matter actually lends for a little bit more of that nuance. Like just like milking it. I feel like this is a good song to milk because of the melodic style, his tone, the words, all of those things would make me feel like this would sound really good if he were milking it a bit. And then he's not milking it as much as I would like for him to. Just my personal opinion, but yeah.
不是那种两个人的故事写在一本小说，小说里有谁会在花田里犯的错？
And he's got this little rasp to his voice that one, I really like it and I can appreciate it. And the way that he's delivering it is very much like, while he's not milking it the way that I would like, I feel like he's more so delivering it like if he had if your heart is broken and you're on the phone and you're talking to your friend about whatever and you're trying to keep your crying in, that's kind of how it comes across to me. Like he's on the verge of crying, but he's trying to keep it in. And you know how you get that little bubble in your throat when you're trying to cry, but you're trying to hold it, or when you need to cry, but you're trying to hold it in? That's kind of the feel that I get. It feels emotive because of that rasp that he's putting on there. I don't know if it's intentional or not, or if that's just his voice, but that's what I'm getting from it.
这就是一首写给你听的一个 love song， 一直想写一首 love song， 你给了我一首。
So when he's like, love song, love song, like I feel like I want him to go there, like pull me into the song. And so he did the love song and then da 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 da. And again, this is stylistic. But remember, guys, I was raised on R&B. Whitney Houston raised me. Michael Jackson raised me. Like you guys were saying in the comments, Stevie Wonder raised me. Babyface raised me. So when I hear all of these different elements that he's got, like all the stuff, I just don't feel like he's pulling out the of it, you know?
那 DJ 会播放，这也许会伤疤，不过我只想写出一首 love song， 一直想写一首。
And you can hear the little waver in his voice when he does the love song. He says love song. He has a at the end of it. Like I can hear that it's there, but it's like, come on, baby, sing to me.
Love song. Like that. 你就像那夏天的凉风，吹过我的面孔，心像飞。
Even that fade, he could have did a dynamic style, fade, to just like really milk it.
在我心底，你就是我第一。
Okay. So I like it. I do feel like it was slightly sloppy, but I do like it. I do like the run, I mean.
想说爱你。我写的这首歌是一首简单的，不复杂也不难唱的一种歌，真不是那种童话里会遇见的歌，也不是那种真真切切爱我的歌。
Yes.
两个人的故事写在一本小说，那小说里有谁陪他看流星在降落？这就是一首写给你听的一个 love song， 一直想写一首 love song， 你给了我一首 love song。 Okay, so all that, with the whole love song part, he milked that. He milked it. You don't have to milk it a whole lot, but you gotta milk it a little bit. Don't let it be choppy. 这也许会伤疤，不过我只想写出一首 love song， 一直想写一首。
And I should also say that I really like songs that are written and it feels like we're just having a conversation. Like, hold on, and that's what he's saying. Like, I just wanted to write this song. It may not go well. It may not do this, but this is just what I wanted to do. I really appreciate songs like that. Honestly, the songs that I like to write and the songs that are the way that I fell in love with writing. One of my mentors, Samaya Dixon, she writes songs like that. And it's like she's one of the best songwriters I've ever worked with. But it's very conversational. It's very, let me tell you a story. And I like that that's the way that he's doing that there.
Love song, 你给了我一首，你就像那夏天的凉风，吹过我的面孔，轻像飞，在我心底，你就是我第一，想说爱你。如果你是一幅画，你会是最珍贵的一幅画。如果的话就是梵高的画，有何贵人。
So when he's getting into this part here, where he's talking about all these good, wonderful things, I don't know if you guys can hear, but his tongue, I can hear his tongue is up a little bit, and he's singing over his tongue instead of lowering his tongue and letting his and getting the space that he needs in order to execute the sound. He's definitely singing over his tongue. It's like raised like that. Like I was doing it before I told you guys what I was doing, but the like it's not that high, but it is high enough that you can hear the tension there.
现在有钱花，那个让你
有谁花 That's what my tongue is up. Instead of 有谁花 that would be what it would sound like if my tongue was down. So I could hear that his tongue is a bit raised here, which would take away from him being able to milk it and fully going in there. Not that he hasn't, because he did. But yeah.
休假，梵高他说你们都该回家，而或者你是 melodic， 就是最动听，所有的人都会跟着你起唱，就算在夜晚，你的心太亮，让我忘了月亮代表我的。Love song.
That was another wonderful opportunity to milk it. Love song. But again, I mean, this is stylistic. This is just, you guys are asking, my opinion. That's how I feel about it.
一直想写一首 love song， 你给了我一首 love song， 那 DJ 会播放，这也许会伤疤，不过我只想写出一首 love song， 一直想写一首 love song， 如果你给了我一首，你就像那夏天的凉风。吹过我的面孔 yeah, yeah, yeah. 在我心底你就是我 yeah,
yeah.
在我心底你就是我第一，在我心底你就是我第一。
That could have been really nice. Yeah. If he would have just like, boop, 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 boop. Let me hear that one more time.
Yeah. 在我心底，你就是我第一。
Okay. I mean, I like it. It's different. It's not what my ear expected to hear, but I like it. Yes.
在我心底，你就是我第一。
Oh, that's the one that I heard. D. It's like D, yeah. It's like those are the notes that he wanted to sing. And then he could have embellished within that, but it felt like it kind of bleeded. It felt like it bled together instead. Yeah.
想说爱你。
Okay, so this obviously was like a more intimate performance. It's just him and the piano, and we must give homage to the fact that it takes skill. It is not easy to sing and play an instrument at the same time. That's a whole situation. So the fact that he's doing that, first of all, he gets respect from me for that. And then also he's sitting down. If you look at the way that he's sitting, he's kind of hunched over a bit. When you hunched over like that, your diaphragm doesn't have as much room to expand. Remember, it sits underneath your rib cage and it expands like this. And so when he takes a deep breath in, if all his weight is kind of leaning over on that, that's going to make it more difficult for him to breathe from the proper place. I also feel like his singing I like his style. I feel like he has all of the makings and all of the pieces of just being a wonderful, kind of soulful, singer. But I don't know. It's like you have the full dish of food and then the garnish that you put on top that just makes it look like mwah. That garnish is what I feel like he's missing. Like him, but I do feel like he's maybe even just holding back. Maybe it was just this song. Maybe it was just this performance. But yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. Those are my thoughts. I hope you don't get upset with me on this one, but I will see you guys in the comments. I'm open to hearing all the things. Please be real with me. Keep it real because you know that's what I like. All right, guys. I'll see you in the comments. Bye.